While Logitech offers some top-tier gaming peripherals like the G915 keyboard, if that's outside of your budget, one of its latest keyboard offerings might be a better choice. Logitech's new G413 SE comes in at $80 for the full-size layout and $70 for the TKL flavor, but still packs the pedigree of one of the most well-known gaming brands. So let's dive in and take a closer look at the Logitech G413 SE. Thanks for watching 9 to 5 Toys. Be sure to like, subscribe, and enable notifications with the bell icon so you don't miss any upcoming videos. Hey everyone, Jordan here with 9 to 5 Toys, and we are checking out the G413 SE from Logitech today. And while Logitech carries some premium wireless offerings, there's also a market for simple hardware with good performance, and that's where the new G413 SE comes in. Still featuring a very robust build, the G413 SE is aimed at being the simple but solid keyboard for gaming and productivity. And this new G413 SE is an updated version of the older keyboard, also the G413, but instead of adding features, Logitech has removed some features and lowered the MSRP by about $10. So in the name of keeping things more simple, the new G413 SE lacks the USB pass-through of the older model and is also using third-party switches instead of their own switches. So we got our hands on the full-size version of the G413 SE, but as we mentioned, Logitech also carries a TKL or 10 keyless variant for those who want to save some space on their desk. Without macro buttons or dials, the footprint is fairly slim and standard. There's a polished G logo in the upper right corner of the board, but otherwise it's pretty clean throughout. The faceplate has a brushed black metallic design that both looks and feels really robust. There's barely any flex on the board, which makes it feel like a more premium board. The back of the G413 SE is mainly bare with small rubber pads in the four corners. It does also feature a single stage riser to add a little bit of angle to the keyboard for typing. For lighting, this keyboard features white per key lighting that shines brightly through the PBT keycaps. There are 5 different lighting modes that can be cycled by pressing function F12, and additionally there are 3 different brightness levels to this lighting. The font on those shine-through keycaps is pretty clean and clear without being too over-the-top gamery like some laptops and keyboards can do. So that makes this a great fit in the office or at the battle station. And while there aren't any dedicated media controls, many of the FTs have secondary functions when used with the function button, from adjusting lighting to controlling media and calling up a calculator and opening up a search window. This added functionality makes the keyboard more useful. As for switches on the G413 SE, Logitech opted for a third-party tactile switch. With 50 grams of actuation force, these switches are a little heavier than a standard cherry brown, but they're still on the lighter side of mechanical switches in general. Personally, I'm a fan of light tactical switches, so this keyboard is right in line with what I'm used to. Besides the actuation force, these tactile switches actuate at 1.9 millimeters, with a total travel distance of 4 millimeters, which is kind of the standard spec like those found on Cherry MX switches. For both typing and gaming, I found the keyboard to be really smooth. I do prefer a lighter switch like the Gateron Browns that I'm using in my Drop Alt, but I quickly got used to the slightly heavier press required by this keyboard. For me, when gaming, having a tactile switch and one that is a little bit heavier means that I don't accidentally press buttons, which is often an issue for me when I am using a linear switch, especially a very light linear switch. And here we'll do a quick sound test of this keyboard. Another big thing to note here is that the G413 SE doesn't support Logitech's G-Hub software for customization. So for those that like a simple board without the need to have another program running, that might be a good thing. But on the flip side, no software also means that there's no deeper customization for lighting and no ability to create custom macros either. So overall, just wrapping up here, while it lacks some of the features of the previous generation, the Logitech G413 SE still has a solid, robust build for the reasonable price of $80 for the full size and $70 for the smaller TKL. Though at those full prices, it's not hard to justify spending a little bit more money on something with some more features like Logitech's own G512. But if a simple, solid, bare bones gaming keyboard is what you're after, then in my opinion, the Logitech G413 SE definitely delivers. So what do you think about Logitech's G413 SE? Let us know down in the comments below. And if you're looking for some other videos to watch, check out my review of the Drop Alt, and also check out our latest review as well. And thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. This is Jordan with 9 to 5 Toys.